Hello and welcome. Now, Benelli is of Italian origin, a motorcycle brand which have had quite a successful stint in India from about 2014 to about 2017. It had a bit of a slump midway. Now it's back with a bang with new management. And today we have Vikas Jhabakh, Managing Director of Benelli India. Welcome to the show, Vikas.
Thank you.
And so you've come back with Benelli full swing and with a very attractive new product, your first under new management, the TRK 502. So tell us about your plans with Benelli.
So yeah, I mean it's nice to be back. We made some promises a couple of months back about how we intend to come back and make sure Benelli comes back for good this time. So, and a lot of progress has been made since then. On the dealer network, we've already expanded to close to 20 dealers by the end of March, and by the end of 2019 we will have 40 dealers all across India. And the best part is these dealers will be spread across 35 different cities. So if a Benelli customer is riding anywhere, they can be rest assured they won't be too far away from a Benelli touch point. From a product portfolio point of view, of course, the TRK is something we're extremely proud of. We launched that last month in Bombay. We've been receiving some tremendous response from that. People have been really raving about the bike. They're very happy with the price point. We've been receiving a lot of bookings online, and we can't wait to get test drive bikes across to dealerships so people can start really feeling the bike. I think that's when they'll really fall in love with it.
So there's a slump in the middle when Benelli ceased operating in India and you came back. Did you have a particular strategy in mind how to come back, what models to bring, and how to capture the market once again?
I mean, we did discuss it a lot internally, and I think at the end of all the discussions, it became very clear that our primary focus has to be the existing customers that we have, and to ensure that we give them the best possible service that they actually deserve. We started off by having a service camp, an all India service camp with all the dealers that we had on board. There were certain markets where we went ourselves and we set up service camps in outlets. We called all our customers, we explained to them the situation, and they were very understanding, very supportive. They understood what was going on. We promised them that we would be back with spare supply, which we have done. Customer concerns have dropped drastically. Customer confidence has come back, and that gives us a lot of confidence when we are working in the market as well. We also took a few initiatives on the service side to show our commitment towards the brand and towards the customer. The first thing is we changed our service interval. We changed it from 4 months and 4,000 kilometers to 6 months and 6,000 kilometers. So what this effectively does is brings down your cost of servicing by almost 30 to 35% depending from model to model, and that's a huge change that we brought about. Another thing that we did is now all Benelli bikes come standard with 5 years unlimited kilometers warranty. And if I'm not wrong, last I checked, I don't think anybody else in the super biking space is providing that kind of a warranty in India. So it's just certain changes that we have made to showcase our commitment towards our customers and our focus towards service, and customers are really appreciating it, and we're still taking in a lot of feedback, and a lot of work is happening on the back end to bring about more positive changes.
So we're talking about the slump in the middle, your strategy now to come back and to gain some more customers. Was it deliberate on part of the loss in brand equity that the brand had?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Benelli had been in the market for 3 years. A lot of customers had trusted the brand, had invested their time and money in the brand. And when for a couple of months we were not able to give them the service that they deserve, obviously it brought about some amount of dissatisfaction. And we felt the pain as well. So we wanted to make sure that we left no stone unturned when we were coming back, to thank them first for being so patient with us, and then taking the right steps to make sure that customers don't ever have to go through a problem of this nature. And we've been working very hard to bring about a lot of changes and a lot of initiatives to help them. We've been taking a lot of customer feedback. They've been really open with what they felt about the brand and what they really thought could take the brand ahead into the next phase, into the future. And a lot of good ideas coming through that we're working on. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more initiatives from us.
So initiatives, customer is king, like they say, and are we looking at building a community? That seems the buzzword amongst the motorcycling community or motorcycle brands today. Are we looking at building a community, groups, riding groups from Benelli as well?
Absolutely. I think when someone buys into a Benelli, I don't think they just want to buy into the product. I think they want to buy into the lifestyle. They want to buy into the ecosystem, and that's what we are going to concentrate on building. We're going to make sure we have riding groups across all the cities, all the dealerships, but we won't just stop there. We want to go beyond, and we want to we want to ride responsibly, we want to be socially responsible. So we will make sure that through all our riding groups, we will also be giving a lot of tips, we will be giving a lot of opportunities for riders to actually learn how to use their machine. We want to teach them the basics of riding, the safety of riding, the importance of riding etiquette, the importance of having the correct attire, and you know, we feel it is our responsibility to educate or teach. I think teach is too strong a word. We pass on the knowledge to our customers so that they can make sure that they take the they have the maximum fun of the Benelli bike, or what it can actually give them. So we want to create an entire culture of riding. We want to create an entire culture of togetherness. And with the bikes like TRK, we are also planning zonal rides, off-roading tracks, off-roading events, which will be focused towards particular customers and give them a true idea of what their bike is truly capable of doing.
So across most motorcycle brands, so to say, today in this day and age, we've seen a lot of changes in the motorcycling industry past 3-4 years. And the marketing is a big focus of each manufacturer now. And within marketing, experiential marketing is what seems to be the buzzword. So does that apply to all brands, or is that going to be the next big thing that we see in the marketing space?
So, I mean, definitely, if you look at a product like Benelli, if I want to comment on that, I think the experience is the most important thing. Like I said, we want to focus on our customers. We want to make sure that when they buy a bike, their experience doesn't end there. We want to even give them an experience on the product that they've just bought, because sometimes they're not really able to understand what their bike is capable of doing. So we want to take them into an environment which is safe. At the same time, they're able to experience what their bike is capable of doing. And our strategy is clear, that we want to add more people to the Benelli family through the positive word of mouth that our current customers are going to give. So the focus is on current customers, and I'm sure they will go out and they will make sure that we add more people to the Benelli family.
So these kind of experiences that you're talking about, this will be spearheaded by Benelli India, or this will be dealer specific in this geography?
No, so definitely the bigger zonal rides and the national rides will be something which will be spearheaded by Benelli India. Obviously, it's not possible without the support of our dealer partner in respective cities. So what we intend to do is have regular fortnightly rides at every dealer location, which the dealer themselves will be taking care of. And once customers get into the habit of doing those short city rides, we then will go ahead to plan larger zonal rides, where we'll be inviting people to come into a common destination.
And talking about all these rides and everything, you came back with a brand new product, the TRK 502. We've been seeing it at EICMA for so many years now. Looks fantastic, although I haven't had a chance to ride it yet. But the feedback that I get is it's a good machine. And so why the adventure segment, particularly to come back with the debut launch under new management?
So I think, like you said, the TRK has been a much anticipated bike, and as we promised, we finally brought it to India. The adventure segment itself has been doing really well in India, and it's been one of the fastest growing segments. I think the timing was just absolutely lucky for us that we had a product in our portfolio that has been selling so wonderfully across Europe. If you look at Italy, if you look at Argentina, TRK is topping the chart on monthly sales month after month, and the timing could not have been any better for us to actually bring it to the Indian market. So I think, you know how they say sometimes some things happen for a good reason. So I think there was no better time to introduce the TRK. Don't worry, we'll make sure you sit on one and test ride one as quickly as possible.
Okay. Now, apart from adventure segment, the other segments that we see a lot of growth are probably the neo retro segments. You have one in the portfolio as well, the LEONCINO, and of course the modern classic. So where are we on that?
So the LEONCINO is going to be the next bike that we launch. We had promised the TRK and LEONCINO to the Indian market some time back. So we are looking forward. We're already planning the launch of the LEONCINO. So rest assured, the LEONCINO is the next bike coming soon. We'll again launch that in the 500cc segment. Again, no direct comparison to the bike in the market, I feel, at the moment. So it will really add another dimension to the options that customers will have in the superbiking space. The other one that you mentioned, obviously something we are quite excited about, the commuter cruiser segment. We're looking at the Imperiale. That's a bike that is undergoing a lot of work on the back end right now. A lot of last minute changes being brought about to make sure that it is suitable for Indian conditions, and you'll hear more about that bike and a launch date pretty soon on that.
Well, LEONCINO, we've been hearing that it will come in two variants, a 500 and a 250. Is that correct?
So yes, so initially we will bring the 500cc, and going forward we are looking at re-entering the 250cc segment. In fact, we have two bikes that will come in the 250cc segment. We have the TRK, which will come with a younger sibling in the 250cc segment, and also the LEONCINO.
So what are these platforms? The 500 is the same platform as the TRK 502, same parallel twin engine or different engine? And 250 will be a single cylinder?
Single cylinder.
Okay. And the Imperiale, that's a modern classic 400cc, which brings you in the hottest segment right now, probably in the market.
Right, absolutely.
The likes of Royal Enfield, now Java has come in the picture.
Sure,
so
sure.
Must be a big challenge to bring that kind of a product and to a lot of expectations on from the product, right?
Of course, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. What Royal Enfield has done in the India market is simply amazing, you know, and with Java coming in, there's so much emotional value attached to that name. Wanting to bring out a product in that space is definitely going to grab a lot of attention. Like you rightly said, a lot of expectations as well, which is why we are working overtime to make sure that we bring in a product that we will be proud of putting the Benelli tag on and offering it to our customers.
So in a nutshell, like the next couple of months, or let's say 6 to 8 months, what are we looking at? How many launches are we looking at?
Well, the LEONCINO for sure with the 500cc, and we're probably heading to the 250cc segment after that. And if all goes well, we'll give you the Imperiale after that.
Okay. And where were with the middleweights? You have 700cc 702 and also a Power Cruiser. Where are we on that?
Those bikes are also India bound. We have a lot of bikes to bring to India, and we are quite excited about it. But you know, we obviously understand. We just brought the TRK. There's a lot of excitement for that bike going on right now. So we want to make sure that we bring in the bikes at a fairly decent pace, and we don't want to crowd or confuse the market by bringing all of it together. Also, a lot of work is going on to make sure that the bike, you know, is endurance tested, and we make sure that it's okay for Indian riding conditions and things like that. So a lot of bikes in the pipeline. I think you'll be seeing me a lot often with a lot of new bikes coming. Don't worry.
So with the launch of the new bikes, we'll also see probably a much wider footprint across India?
Absolutely. So we already have 13 dealers across the country. We'll be launching 7 dealers in March. That takes us to 20, and we should close at about 35 to 40 dealers by the end of 2019. And the best part about this is that we will be across 35 to 36 cities in India, which means if a Benelli rider is riding off someplace, he's not too far away from a Benelli service station. And that's part of our rebuilding plan, where we want to ensure that we have partners in all important markets across India. So going into 2020, we will look to further expand on that network.
So where is the expansion likely to come from? We've seen a lot of the metro expansion is somewhat saturated now. Do you see a lot of expansion in small towns?
I don't think it's saturated. Of course, I mean, we're launching Delhi, we're going to be launching Goa, we're going to have Chandigarh come up, Chennai, Guwahati, Kolkata. India is a large country. We have it all mapped out. So these are all coming up immediately in the first 20 that I've spoken about, and we're going to Hubli. We just relaunched Goa. Easy, 40 is easy. I don't see that being a problem. But we also are looking at tier 2 markets. We see a lot of interest coming in from tier 2 markets. We have a lot of customer interest, we have a lot of investor interest, so we are closely monitoring the situation over there. We're talking to multiple people simultaneously, and we feel the next wave of growth is definitely going to be from the tier 2 markets.
Okay, all these products, all this expansion of dealerships, also comes with what you provide to the customer. Of course, a good product also comes with a good price tag.
Right.
That makes it attractive.
Right.
So localization, where are we on that? Do you have any plans of expanding localization, maybe make in India completely, 100% make in India?
Absolutely. I mean, we are working on that. In fact, we have dedicated teams that are working on the localization project. The Imperiale will probably be the first product that will have the most localization, as you will see, and slowly we will expand that localization into other products as well. Make in India products is also something that is there in the discussion room. Maybe the timelines are a little more far out, but don't be surprised if we announce some Make in India products for India very soon.
Do you have any investment earmark for this whole gamut of activities that you have?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of research going on right now because we are working with our partners to understand what is the scale of operations that we want to get into with respect to manufacturing. A lot of important decisions. Where do we do it? How large do we do it? How many phases do we do it? And what bikes do we do it for? Do we export? Do we not export? So these are certain decisions that we are currently researching and we should take sometime soon. So you'll probably hear more about it post that.
So once you start making in India, like you said, and setting up a manufacturing hub in India, are you looking at exporting in the near neighborhood or any particular markets?
So that is something that is being considered as well, because India as a manufacturing hub is extremely well recognized globally now. The kind of manpower that is technical manpower that is available here is fantastic. The auto component manufacturing space has also grown rapidly over the last few years. We are also located on the global on the map. We are quite centrally located as well. Easy access to a lot of countries. So all of these things makes India a very suitable place for manufacturing. We've seen a lot of automobile companies already committing to manufacturing in India. So we see that as the next logical step.
Okay. So 2019 we already have a TRK, so we'll have 2 Imperiales coming and probably a 250 TRK, 2 LEONCINOs coming, sorry, and probably a 250 TRK, all within 2019 you're saying?
The LEONCINOs for sure, the LEONCINO finals are definitely coming. The 250s will be more towards the end of the year, so it could either tiptoe on this side or that side. Like you mentioned, we have the 502C, we have the 752. We are also figuring out when to bring that into the market. A lot of action coming up.
Okay. So thank you so much, Vikas, for joining us. So Benelli is back with a bang. We already have the TRK 502, the LEONCINOs are coming, the Imperial is coming, the whole lot of motorcycles coming, and of course localization. That's the big word, because most of these bikes, about 70 to 80%, we assume will be made in India. So costs will go down. That's very good news for the Indian customer, and we'll hope to see a lot of Benelli bikes on the road coming soon, and a lot of different bikes, different flavors, different segments, different genres. So that's all. Thank you, Vikas, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.